Hey everyone, Larissa back with a hurricane relief update. It has been a while, and here is how things are going. So we finished sorting / palletizing late January, early February, and the amount of things that we have will result in us sending down a 40-foot shipping container down to Jamaica. So the shipping container will fit 20 double-sized pallets, and we have about 14, so we still have room to fit some items. So if there's anything that you all still would like to donate and get down there, we do still have space. However, that is not our prime focus at the moment, which I'll talk about a little bit later in this update video. As you know, this has been a long process. I have learned so much throughout the process, and it will just make me a better leader and individual going forward. And shout out to Ken, who has been so instrumental when it comes to the sorting and palletizing. He has over 30 plus years of experience when it comes to this type of work and the logistics of, like, how to pack stuff, how to palletize stuff, and shipping and all of that stuff. So God bless. Now, the fundraising, that has been the challenge. Now that we have gotten the amount of pallets that we have and the measurements, and we got those over to our shipper, that allowed us to know exactly how much it's going to cost to ship them items over and to work out how much the total project is going to cost. And in total, we need to raise $12,000 in order to complete the project. So as you know, we started this back in November, and it is now March. It has been a long project, and that is what we need now to see it through. $12,000, and that will include the shipment, any clearance fees that are incurred, as well as the operations, all of that. And we really would like to have this done as soon as possible, seeing as though we do not want to still have the stuff here in Florida, in the US, when summer hits. So that is the challenge, and that is where we're at with things. Of course, I am in discussion with certain individuals / organizations. However, please share this video as well as the following videos that will be coming out so that we can spread the word and get the money raised and get the items down to Jamaica. One thing that I always like to think on is I'm just like, okay, I wanted this done in January. I wanted this done in February. I wanted this done in March. A lot of time and energy goes into this, and as well as, people, they need the help, they need the items. And then I always have to stop and think and know that, everything happens on God's timing. Patience is something that I always ask God for, and it is something that I'm really learning and honing in on. God is a God of order. God is very methodical. God knows the beginning and the end. God knows all. So something I said before in prior videos, I believe, is that, when the hurricane first happened, of course, we had the organizations and international organizations that went in immediately to provide relief immediately. And of course, that was needed. And then we have, the midterm relief that will be needed and has been going on. But of course, what people often forget about, because, there's so much going on in the world right now, is the long-term relief. The damage that happened was catastrophic, generational, and people will have needs for a long time to come. So that brings solace in knowing that, okay, regardless of when we get there, if it wasn't in January, if it's going to be in April, if it's going to be in May, that the need will still be there. So just make sure you guys share. Donate if you can, spread the word, and God is at work. There's things going on in the background to ensure that this project is seen all the way through. So the next point that I want to move on to is the items, just reminding everyone watching, and for those who this is your first time seeing, some of the items that we have that will get down to Jamaica, things that we've had donated and things we've been collecting. So we have hospital grade medical supplies, cleanup supplies, hygiene, food, air mattresses, baby items, school supplies, roofing material, clothing, shoes, sheets, towels, blankets, bags, house items, tarps, energy relief, tents, and toys. These are a lot of the items that we have. Of course, there's some things that I'm not going to remember, but we have plenty of items that will provide aid to many individuals. Now, the game plan. As you guys know, I've mentioned things as we've gone along. This is where we're at now. Of course, fine tuning will occur between now and when the items are shipped and when they arrive. But our focus points, St. Elizabeth, of course, it was hit very hard. So we will be identifying a church as well as an intellectual disability center out there to do relief through. Next, South Trelawney, we have identified a clinic, church, and an infirmary, which we'll be doing relief through. Manchester, we've identified a school, and some more schools will follow that we'd like to provide relief through. Westmoreland, working with some connects to identify a church and medical facilities out there that we could provide relief through. And then, of course, we have already completed some targeted relief with the early donor funds that were received. In future videos and reels, you'll see some of the relief that was provided in detail. Now, I want to provide a little update just on me and what's been going on. This project has been, it's been amazing. As you guys know, my heart is very much into philanthropy, and just, giving back and wanting to see the advancement of my people as well as helping those in need. And this project has really helped me see who's real and who is not. And I love that, because I'm a big believer that God will show you the people around you before taking you up and elevating you to a certain level. And I know I'm in that process of learning, just like we see our ancestors in the Bible, that they have to go through some things before they get to where they're going. Joseph, King David, stories like that really come to mind. And then, business. You guys know I'm a businesswoman, and just so much going on with that has encompassed a lot of my time along with this project. Although you guys haven't seen me here on social media, so much has been going on in the background, from business, and then especially when it comes to this project here. And then, like I hit on, God's timing is the best timing, even though sometimes in the moment you're like, God, what is going on? I've done A, B, C, X, Y, Z, all of those things. But God is in control, and God's timing is for a reason. So I trust in God's timing, and things are moving. And then I just want to stop and give a shout out, because of course, yes, I've been seeing this project through. I have been leading it, but I am not a one woman army. I want to shout out to those people who have helped and been instrumental. Of course, my advisory council, you guys know who you guys are. Much love and much respect to those individuals who have been helping me and hearing me through, and have been a sounding board for my ideas and to advise me and helping with connections. My father has been instrumental, just his knowledge and his ability to advise, and just having an elder, you guys, in my age group, having an elder to just, pour into you is so instrumental. And then, of course, the individual donors who have donated to the project, and sponsors. I want to take a moment just to list out some of the sponsors. When this project is over and the mission has been complete, I will, come back on here and talk some more about the sponsors, as well as do my individual thank yous to these people. In the meantime, I'd just like to say some of the sponsors and give them a shout out and a thank you. So Vino Javino, Cam Roofing, Victor Newman Ministries, All Phase Plumbing, IB Home Team, Boricas de Corazon, CareBridge Documentation, Flex Soccer Training, Unity in Disasters, Love First Christian Church, and Oxy Empower. These organizations and these businesses have been amazing. We couldn't have done what we're doing now and what we will be able to see through without some of these organizations. So that is an update. I will drop the flyer for the donation and the information with that at the end of this video. You guys have also seen it in the beginning of this video, and this video will follow a series of other videos with updates, and then just more details on some of the things that we have collected, and even some of the targeted relief we have already done. So thank you guys for listening, and let's get this done. God bless.